Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to review the SOG Power Pint against the Roxon M2, or put these head to head, and we're going to try to figure out, if you were asked the question, which one would you buy, which one would you buy? So the SOG Power Pint is going to come in at $50. The Roxon M2 is going to come in at $30, around $30, the last I looked. They are going to be a little difference in size. The SOG Power Pint is going to be about a ½ inch longer, but the Roxon will be wider. And then weight-wise, I did not look up the weight, but they feel almost the same. They're both going to have a pocket clip, so that is really neat. Now, on the outside of the tools, I forget these, but the Roxon has a glass breaker. So for those who, that is a huge thing, that is actually going to be incorporated into the Roxon. That is your glass breaker right there. And then on the SOG, there's a 1/4 inch bit driver, which I think is a really neat thing, and I love that about SOG. So to me, that's a huge plus for the Power Pint. All right, so let's go ahead and open these screwdrivers, or these pliers rather, I mean. And we are going to see that they're going to be fairly close. Again, the Power Pint will have slightly longer screwdrivers. If we would line up these like that, it's going to be slightly longer, about the same width. So that is how those are. Now, both of these have pretty much all outside opening tools, which is pretty neat. Now, the Roxon will have scissors, which are inside. You have to open the tool, but they are so amazing that I have no complaint about that. They are one of the best things about this tool. All right, so let's go through some of these features, and there's each tool is going to have some advantages. So let's start with the knife. So each tool definitely takes a different approach. This is going to be the Roxon's knife right here and the SOG's knife here. They're both going to be about the same size, but definitely they're going to look different. Then we have the awl, and let's see, on the Roxon, this will be the awl, and then we have the awl and the SOG as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan. I guess some of this is so you can get it open, but I just feel like that sort of lends to more easily breaking the tool when you have big weight-saving cuts right there, and I guess large places where you can get your fingernail. I'm sure it's a lot easier, but I'm not a huge fan of that tool. So in this one, I think I would prefer the Roxon, but for those of you who use the awl a lot for leather and you need that sewing eyelet, then the Power Pint is definitely going to be a lot better. And quickly, I wanted to mention that as far as I know, the knife does lock on the Roxon, but most of the other tools I do not believe lock. And the Power Pint, the tools do lock. So for some of you, that will be a plus. For some of you, it will be a negative. All right, and then as far as a micro screwdriver, now I think Roxon sort of labels this as the USB card remover, but it does have like a little screwdriver tip. But as you can see, it is very, very small. So if you needed to fix eyeglasses in a pinch, I think both of these would work, but the Power Pint I think would be a lot better. All right. And then we come to the belt hook, or the safety hook, the belt cutter, and that is something that is only going to be on the Power Pint. The Roxon does not have it, but what I wanted to mention, and I forget, is that it has this package opener. So that package opener is definitely a plus. It's a tool that the Power Pint does not have. So I think in that instance, they're sort of equaled out, I guess you could say. To be honest, I think the cardboard package opener might come in more handy than the cutting cord, the belt cutter. Then the file is definitely going to go to SOG. SOG definitely has a better file. Now there is a file on here, but it's for nail care. And it's only one-sided. And that is basically what you get. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll unlock this tool. We'll go ahead to the other side. Now, the PowerPint has a serrated knife. Roxon has nothing the equivalent of that. And then we have the can opener, which we have the can opener here on the Roxon. And then we have the Phillips screwdriver. And on the Roxon, the Phillips screwdriver will be right here. And there is a bit kit that you can put the adapter on, and you can actually use 1/4 inch screwdriver bits. And it all comes in the pouch. So that is something that does come standard with the Roxon. It's just not as handy as using a 1/4 inch bit in here, but it does come with it. And then we have the bottle cap lifter, and that is going to be right here on the Roxon. And then all that we're left is with the scissors. So now on the PowerPint, that is the one thing that is fairly disappointing. The scissors just essentially don't cut very well at all. I mean, you would have to be here all day. So let's go ahead and open up the Roxon scissors. These are going to be a very large set of scissors. And actually one of the selling points of this tool. So, I mean, it's just amazing. They can basically cut cord all day long. So that is definitely going to be a huge plus for the Roxon. So as you can see, there are definitely different tools. They're designed differently. They each have different advantages. But overall, I feel like there are a lot of similarities. They're just definitely, they come from different points of design. So as far as looks, I like the looks of the PowerPint better. As far as carrying, I actually find myself more apt to carry the Roxon. It just, I think it feels better in the pocket just because it's a little bit more square, feels maybe a little bit more sturdier. It might be a little bit heavier than the PowerPint, but they're pretty close. But I find myself, if I need to use the scissors or whatever I need to use, I just find myself gravitating toward this. I think also because it's a cheaper option. If I break it, I'm not as worried about replacing it. So with a $20 price difference, I do sort of gravitate different times toward the Roxon. But as far as looks and design, I feel like the PowerPint definitely looks better. The pliers feel better when you open them. They're a lot smoother. I mean, just really smooth. And I like some of the tool implements, the design a lot better on the PowerPint. All right, let me know in the comments below which one you choose. Which one is the winner?